My sister's acne went from this to this, and we didn't use a single new product. All we really changed for her was her environment. She kept her usual skincare routine, but we drastically changed her diet and her light environment. So if you don't know what I mean by light environment, it's basically the type of light that you're being exposed to at a given moment, and this can make a huge difference in our skin health. So let's start with diet. I basically put her on a carnivorous type of diet: beef, pork, lamb, organ meats, eggs, seafood, with few low glycemic fruits. The reason I did this was because I wanted her to be able to absorb the most amount of nutrients while doing the least amount of harm as possible, and avoiding foods that can actually trigger breakouts and inflammation. Especially things like high glycemic fruits, grains, processed foods are going to be very, very problematic. And humans don't really actually need anything besides nose to tail animal foods. And if you guys want, I can make a very in-depth video in the future covering what the most optimal human diet really is and why. So next up, the light environment. This is arguably the most important part to human health. This part was crucial because light literally, indirectly or directly controls every single biological process within our bodies. She needed full spectrum sunlight all day in order to optimize healing. Another thing I advised her to do was to avoid artificial light at all costs. Blue light in isolation, especially at night too. There are many mechanisms in why it's problematic, but one of them is the fact that simply being under blue light in isolation, especially at nighttime, will actually raise your blood sugar. So I told my sister, spend as much time as possible during the day outside. If you're inside, try and open a window. Direct sun exposure wasn't required, nor was it advised the whole entire day, but just be exposed to full spectrum sunlight the entire day, ideally. She also did more grounding, which just directly provided her with antioxidants and reduced inflammation and sped up her healing. So at night, she tried to avoid artificial lights, but unfortunately, she couldn't comply as well due to late night activities, but even partial compliance was still pretty useful. And after about 3 weeks, her redness decreased, her breakouts flattened, and for the first time in years, she was starting to get clear skin. I want to help as many people as possible. That's why I built my community. For people who genuinely don't know what to do about their acne anymore. Inside, you get my Beyond Acne video course, weekly calls, and direct access to me so that I can help you clear your skin faster. Links in the description, and remember, never give up.